My name is González. I'm a writer, actor. That's it. I'm part of SAG and WGA. Double strikes. One away from a turkey, yeah.
You've been struck since May 2nd for the WGA.
It's been that long, yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
It sucks. There's no really easy way to like it sucks. We're not all working. There's so many things that you can dive into about like how much that like ruins your like day-to-day life. Like, you know, I've had to start taking like side gigs, like working at like ad agencies doing copy for like potato chip brands and random stuff like that, because it's like what's active. It's also like the worst time to strike because there's also a recession going on, so it's like it's not like there's just jobs aplenty to be like, I'll just go do that for like 3 months, you know. So that's been really gnarly, but at the same time, like, I understand what we're fighting for. Like, I've worked on shows that are streamers, and the residuals that you get based on like the residuals that other people I know get, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Or that actress from Orange is the New Black that had like a residual check, and it's like 50 episodes, something ridiculous. Like it just keeps going down and down, and it's like $1.27 in residuals for that much TV is impossible. So like something is super off. I started in the industry, like 6 years ago, and like a 20-week room was normal, but like a few years before that, like a 30 to 40-week room was like normal for like any sort of like the Mindy Project. I think I worked with people that like worked on that show, and they were like, yeah, it was like you were working the whole year, and then you would take 12 weeks off for vacation and then go, you know. And I was like, that sounds amazing. And like the people that I know from that period like have houses and like families and are stable, and they're not that much older than me. And then, you know, I come into the workforce with, I think Saved by the Bell was my first show, and it was like 20 weeks of work, which is fine. And then right after that ended, I got a jury duty, which is like, okay, sounds really cool, hit show, Emmy nominated, but it was a 10-week room. It was a great experience. It's just that like that's the nature of the beast now. It's like you end up in these micro rooms or like these mini rooms, and they ask you to do the same amount of work for something that was 20 to 40 weeks in 10 weeks. And then if it fails, it's on you. And if it goes well, it's on them. So the health insurance thing with the WGA is like a time allotment, right? Like you have to hit a certain amount of hours that you work per year. And I think with Saved by the Bell, I accumulated a ton. But with jury duty, because it was only 10 weeks, I didn't accumulate as many as I needed, as much as I thought I needed. And because I haven't worked since then, because jobs have just been really hard to come by, now it's a strike, I got a letter in the mail that was like, your health insurance ends at the end of September. There's a significantly more anxiety now as a writer than I think there ever has been. And the strike's not helping. It's making it significantly worse. I mean, like, the stuff people are saying, like, oh, we're gonna bleed them dry until they lose their houses. It's like, that's a real concern that a lot of people have. It's fucked up to say that knowing that like there are people with like kids and families who are like genuinely concerned about their like livelihood. Man, I went from being a 24-year-old writer to a 28-year-old writer in like the span of the pandemic, basically, you know? And it's like, those are like prime years. That's like when you really cultivate your voice and like get your stuff out there and meet the people that you need to meet. I feel like with the pandemic and also the strike, it's like we're like about to get this new crop of people who are just like so talented and doing such cool shit, and a lot of them are just like on the sidelines waiting.